Hey everybody, this is Jordan from PictureMonk.com and welcome to another photography video. This one has to do with holiday gifts, cool gifts for photographers. This is something I did last year, and a lot of people took really good interest in the page, so I thought I'd kind of reboot it this year. And I'm doing it a little early because last year I think I did it like 2 weeks before Christmas or a week before. And so, if you, depending on when you order, not a lot of gifts can get there in time and all this kind of stuff. So I'm trying to do it a little early to try to give better ideas for photographers and gifts for photographers. And on some of these, I'm actually asking for them myself. So this is kind of a cool thing I like to do. It's kind of, I've done all the research and I kind of got my little wish list together. But some of these I actually have, and I found them extremely useful since I've had them. So I'm going to go ahead and push them out there to you guys. Without any, I don't have any news articles. The only thing I got to say is, since this is coming out on Tuesday, this is the Tuesday after the Black Friday preset sale, and all those who picked it up, thank you very, very much for picking that up. Really means a lot to show the support. And for all those who missed it, sorry about that. It's got to go up to regular price after that. So right now, all the presets are back at regular price, which is still not a bad deal compared to a lot of presets out there, but it's still not basically cut in half for everything that was given. So again, thank you everybody who picked that up. It really, really means a lot. It really means a lot to know that you support the PictureMonk fan page and the channel and all this kind of stuff. So thank you guys for that. But let's go and get into the cool little gift ideas. I have 8 of them here for you. I didn't think 8 was enough, so I might add some more to the blog post about this. It just depends, but I know these 8 are the ones that I really am interested in. So the first one is it's a UDI U818A Discovery drone. Okay, everybody's heard of a DJI. Everybody's heard of like the Lily drone that I talked about on a previous podcast. And this drone is like one of those 4-axis or 6-axis drones with the 4 blades, the quadcopter. And it's I think it's about $100 on Amazon currently. I don't know what it will be by the time you guys listen to this, but currently it's about $100 on Amazon. This drone has probably one of the best ratings for camera, flight time, durability, and pretty much ease of use. It's got one of the best ratings for a drone that cheap. It's, from what I've been reading and all the videos that I've been seeing, it's extremely, extremely durable. The camera is decent for the money. You're not going to get a high quality camera for $100, but it's very good for the $100 price tag. And so I'm actually asking for this for Christmas because it's a cool looking drone, and it's kind of the way I think about it is, I've always wanted a DJI Phantom or the Lily drone that is coming out. I've always wanted to get a drone like that, but I don't want to jump right into it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you start out in photography, you don't get the best camera. You don't get like the Mac Daddy $5,000 camera. You kind of, feel her into it. You maybe get like a $500 camera or something like that. Feel into it and kind of play with it and see if you actually like it. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about this drone. I did want to get something that was, very durable. I'm probably not going to be the best flyer out there. So I wanted to get something that was very durable and had a decent camera on it. So I got this one after reading tons and tons of reviews, and so I'm going to hopefully Santa will bring me this for Christmas because it'd be kind of cool to play around with, and kind of get used to the drone stuff, and then maybe many years later on down the road try to figure out if I want to get a bigger one that I can attach my GoPro to and stuff like that. So this one has a fixed camera. It's got I can't remember the megapixels, but it's a full 1080p. Do with that what you will. And again, it's a four channel 6-axis gyrocopter. Should be pretty cool. I found there's an actual a link to a video that somebody took showing and demonstrating the camera quality on this Amazon link. All these are going to be on Amazon. So if you're not a fan of Amazon, then just Google the names of these and you'll find them. But there's a guy that did a demo of the video. There's a couple of them actually, and it turned out pretty well. Turned out pretty well. Good enough for $100. I mean, $100 you're not going to get anything crazy. So definitely check that out if you're interested in drones or flying and all that kind of stuff. So check that out. Again, hopefully Santa puts that under the tree for me this year. So the next one is a flash unit. I've talked about this many times. If you're getting into flash photography, the Yongnuo YN562 is the flash that I would definitely recommend for both Canon and Nikon. It's probably the perfect flash out there. I would even say it's better than the camera and Nikon models. It's just awesome, and I really enjoy it. I've had mine for a while now, and I'm still trying to find out good uses for it. Maybe have the wireless triggers on there and play some different ways and stuff. And so that was one of my New Year's resolutions actually from last year, as to practice more flash. But never really kind of got around to that. So I'm going to try to do a little bit more flash stuff this year. If I'm doing landscapes and stuff like that, maybe whip out the flash, see what kind of creative things you can do with the flash, and try it from there. So if you are in the market for a flash unit, definitely get the YN560. It's a perfect flash. I couldn't recommend it enough. It's actually right here as I'm talking about it. So it's awesome. So if you're into that, check out the article. By the way, all these links are going to be on the PictureMonk page. So it's at picturemonk.com/PMP040, and you can see all the links there. Now, these next two, this first one here was actually written by, or an email was written to me by a guy named Michael Wilson. He was asking me about what kind of mirrorless camera he should get to begin with, and so I basically told him what I was looking into. The mirrorless cameras kind of are a new thing, and I'm thinking that, I'm still going to keep my big DSLR body here, just because I like the feel, and I like the familiarity. I can't even say it. I like how familiar they are. So I like how familiar they are, and so but I do want to get a kind of a walk around camera, other than my phone. I mean, that's kind of what my walk around camera is now. But the Sony Alpha A6000 mirrorless camera is a really good camera. I've done a lot of research on that one too, because I did want to get like a walk around camera. And at first I wanted to get the Sony Alpha A7 II, but that's the full frame camera, way more expensive, probably like triple the price. And so that's one I was going for, but then I found the A6000, and it's a crop sensor camera, APS-C sensor camera. It's got pretty high megapixel for what it is, and just a nice little compact body. So I really think when I do have the opportunity to get a smaller walk around camera, it's probably going to be the A6000 or whatever the A6X model they have going on. For that, it's probably going to be that one. So if you're in the market for a very cool mirrorless camera, a little tiny mirrorless camera, and you're into beginner photography, that's a perfect camera. And so thank you, Michael, for the question on that. That kind of added to the list. And again, I was saying the Sony Alpha A7 II is a really cool mirrorless camera. If you're wanting to get a full frame camera, there are drawbacks and positives to both systems. But if you have the money and you just want to blow a bunch of money, the A7 II is a really good full frame mirrorless camera. So it just kind of depends on what you want. The next one is the Adobe Creative Cloud system. I don't really talk about that much. It's just kind of it's kind of a given almost. I think people who are into photography should have Lightroom and Photoshop. I just think that's like a no-brainer, because it's it's a system everybody uses, and they use it for a good reason. It's perfect. That's basically it. So if you don't have the Creative Cloud plan, I would definitely recommend upgrading to that. If you know a photographer who is kind of trying to get into it and trying to work out on what they should get, Amazon has the Creative Cloud system for the $9.99 a month, and it's a direct download right from there. So I just put that on there just in case if you're into that. And so the next one is the newer brand, the NEEWER brand extension tubes, and these are for macro photography. If you're kind of into macro photography and you kind of want to get into it more, the extension tubes are a great way to do it without buying a very expensive macro lens. Basically, it's just you got your lens here, you got your macro tubes here, and the macro tubes go in between your lens and your camera. That's basically what they do. They push the lens farther out from the camera sensor to allow you to focus in on more. And the reason why I chose the newer brand is because they work with the aperture and the focusing of the camera. A lot of cheaper rings, what they do is you basically just put them in between there, and it's up to you to focus the camera, and maybe using live view or something like that. And you have to focus it and make sure it's tack sharp on that point that you're trying to get on. And also, you don't have the ability to alter the aperture, so you don't get a more depth of field. But in this one, you do. You can actually control the aperture of the lens through the extension tube. So that's why I would definitely recommend those. And the reviews are amazing on those. And so again, that's one of the things that I have asked for for Christmas this year. So hopefully that happens. Let's see. The next one, we're going to do a softbox kit. This is kind of a if you have the flash, if you have the flash, the YM560, this is a pretty cheap setup for getting a flash, like a one camera or a one flash setup. So in this flash softbox kit, what it comes with is a 105 watt bulb, a big long bulb, so you can have continuous light. And so maybe if you're doing video like I am now, I would have the softbox like right above here and pointed at me, so I get a nice bright image, and without having to increase the ISO and stuff like that. So that's good for continuous light. But a lot of people want to use their softboxes with flash, and so to get that effect, the cheapest way that I have found is to get a lighting unit like the continuous softbox lighting kit, and also get a flash bracket for it. And so you buy the flash kit. So that's about, I can't remember the exact price. I think it's about $30. So you get the stand and the softbox. And then if you buy the flash bracket, which I think is about $6, you can attach your flash onto the flash mount, attach it to the pole, and put your flash inside the softbox, and there you go. You got a portable flash unit. You do need, obviously, the Cowboy Studio is what I use. Cowboy Studio radio triggers. They're really cheap radio triggers for your flash. I'll actually include a link to those as well, just in case, if you guys are looking for that. But that's like the cheapest studio flash setup that I can think of. And that's kind of what I'm going for as well. And the reason I chose the continuous lighting system is because that gives you options. So you can have the continuous light, and if you're doing video, like I said, and if you want to bust out the flash and do kind of like a flash shoot, you got that option as well. Especially if you're starting out, it's a great way to kind of get into it and kind of learn the system, and then kind of go from there to see what you want. So that's about 8 or so cool little photography gifts that I'm kind of asking for. There's tons of stuff out there, way more stuff that I could add to this, but I didn't kind of want to flood it. I didn't want to get like 101 gifts for photographers. That's just too much. So I put those on there. Those are kind of like the newer things this year that are really kind of neat. So the next things coming up for the PictureMonk channel is I'm coming out sort of with a new video series. I don't even know if I should call it that, but it's called the PictureMonk Method. And what that is I'm sure you've seen some of the videos on the YouTube channel, the PictureMonk YouTube channel. They are the how I edit videos. They're basically like that, but they're in episodic format. So I'm going to be doing, portrait one video, maybe like a landscape another video. And I'm just going to keep them in a kind of an episodic order here so I can make sure that they're all together. So that's going to be coming out this week. So this is released on a Tuesday. If check back on the PictureMonk.com website, or make sure you subscribe to PictureMonk.com/YouTube, to the YouTube channel. There is a new video that I'm putting out Monday that is how to get a cinematic look in Lightroom. And it's a really cheap, not really cheap, you have it, so it's not cheap. It's a really easy way to do a cinematic look to your photos in Lightroom. And so what I did was I show you how to make a preset for it, but then also give you the option to download the preset that I use for free. Just click on the link and you can download that one preset and use it on all your photos. You can also tweak it if you want to, not a big deal, but I'm just showing you what I use to get kind of a cool cinematic look. So I do that on a couple photos, and you can check that out. So this comes out Monday, so make sure you check yesterday's post for that. And so, like I said, the PictureMonk method videos are going to be coming out soon. I have 3 of them going on right now, and that's about it. I think I'm going to wrap this episode up. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Still coming down from trying to get everything settled for the preset sale. Going to be doing a little bit of photo reviews, hopefully. So again, if you bought the presets, make sure you get your email working, because I'm going to be emailing you guys just a little bit to see how I can get some of your photos to review for you. All right, guys. Well, I think that's the end of the podcast. I really appreciate you guys for listening. Thanks again for everybody who participated in the Black Friday sale. It was kind of cool to see that happen. And again, check all the links for the cool photography gifts for the holidays coming up. And you can get that at PictureMonk.com/PMP040. And that's about it. All right, this is Jordan for PictureMonk.com, and I will talk to you guys later.